everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I'm about to give y'all a really quick review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you're in the chat, definitely let me know what you think. If you watch this on the repeat, definitely give me your comments. A good 60% of this episode was on the fast forward for me. I did not care. Sheree has permanently hit my fast forward list as far as it's concerned for Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I'm gonna give y'all my 2 cents. I want to know y'all 2 cents. We're gonna wrap this week up in a bow and then wait and see what happened in the mountains next week, because Sheree and her cry fest over Tyrone, over it. Over it. Like I can't watch it. I definitely don't support it. Don't give a damn about it. It hurts my eyes to look at fast forward lists. That's what Sheree is. But let's knock the people who really ain't have a story to tell this week on out the way. Candy, at some point, I believe Sanya goes over Kenya's house and Candy calls and Candy tells them about the little man that jumped the neighborhood fence, but not her fence. I thought the man was on your porch. I thought that's the story that y'all told. But anyway, Candy, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but great try. Great try. I wouldn't have wanted to drop it with Drew either, so I would have had somebody call and give a story to get out of that too. But nice try, Candy. I don't believe it. Moving on. Who else had a little scene? Kenya didn't really have. Kenya kind of did her thing at the end. I appreciate drunk Kenya as well. It's nothing wrong with getting tipsy and having a good time with your girlfriends. Sanya ain't talk about nothing this week. And that's everybody, right? Okay, so let's move on to the two people at hand. Up first, let's get Sheree out the way. Minus all the crying over Tyrone. Nobody else on this cast has a storyline. Because why does Sheree, and I believe I tweeted this, get 3 scenes an episode to cry over this man? She has been crying over him for at least, 3 to 4 weeks now? When did they go to New York? A while ago? Like, ladies, y'all need to step it up, because production is only showing us what y'all film. And this is telling me none of y'all have anything going on and that y'all about to get the boot. Because how many times we got to see this lady cry over a convict? And I done already read Sheree enough for it. All I want to say is I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. Let me put this phone on Do Not Disturb so it won't ring in the middle of this review. I'm not going to keep y'all long because we already on Marlo. Marlo is really the person I want to give a little bit of work to this week. Because this whole episode, Marlo completely irritated my spirit and soul. I don't like for people to fuck with children. I don't like for people to fuck with children. We've already been joking this entire season that her nephews were her storyline. Now, mind you, I didn't mind them being her storyline when she was taking care of them, when she was showing them in a positive light, when she was trying to show that she had true concern for them and took them in. I didn't mind that being her storyline because Marlo needed to be seen in some kind of positive way. But for her to get on this TV screen and trash her nephews and talk about, I told them to get the fuck out of my house because they had sour laundry, a hole in the wall, not doing their homework, talking back to a teacher. This is what I want to say to you, Marlo, to America. Please, I would like to have my reproductive rights back. I really do. It was trash of y'all to take them away. But if anybody need an exception, it's Marlo Hampton. That bitch don't need to have Nan child. It's very clear that she is not capable of handling children. So please, Marlo, don't have one. And I don't know what kind of situation your sister is in. You said she had 4 toddlers and you done dumped 2 teenagers on her back too. But sister, please keep them boys for Marlo. They don't need to go through any more trauma with an auntie that just want to dress them up in Versace and Chanel and spin them around Instagram in some name brand clothes. That's not taking care of children. They are not Ken dolls, Ken, Ken dolls, for you to dress up and put in front of America. And just because they're doing things that every teenager does, you throw them out on the street like trash. And then not only do you throw them out on the street like trash, you have the nerve to get on national television and not one but two scenes to tell everybody that you told them to get the fuck out. Like, that's really something you should be proud of saying. I would never. So not only are these boys already going through the trauma of having a mentally challenged mother who was currently in jail, refusing treatment, cussing them out on the telephone that you also filmed, which was trash. But now they have to also deal with their auntie, the only one. I'm not going to say she's the only one because I don't know what the other siblings are doing. But the one who's on TV pretending to take care of them has now told them to get the fuck out. Because does Marlo really want us to believe in that luxury ass townhouse she lives in? She ain't got a laundry room. Why do the boys have to take their clothes to the laundromat? You can't pay me no amount of money to make me believe that Marlo is dragging laundry bags of her clothes to the laundromat to wash. So why are those boys taking clothes to the laundromat? Sister, keep them kids. Keep them kids. Let the state pay you a little check, whatever they're going to pay you, but keep them kids for Marlo. They don't need to be on TV getting more traumatized, because what I mean by on TV being more traumatized, these kids have to go to school. And kids are cruel. And they're probably acting up because you done already told their story last season, so they probably getting made fun of this season. That's why your mama is mentally challenged. You probably, saying cruel stuff, probably like, you probably ain't got no sense. Kids are cruel. That's why your mama don't want you. You gotta live with your auntie. You got all these boys' business in the street, and you want us to have compassion for you. And shame on you, Sheree, and shame on you, Sanya, for sitting there listening to that bullshit. Because one thing I respect about my friends in my circle is they will check me when I'm on some bullshit. And it's nothing wrong with telling people that was some bullshit. What the fuck? Shame on you, Candy. Now, Candy, you didn't hear the whole situation. You didn't hear the whole thing, how Marlo broke it down to so okay, take Candy's shame back. Candy's shame comes back. But Sheree and Sanya, it's nowhere I can sit there and listen to that bullshit and comfort her and be like, girl, it's okay. We all need a break sometime. I understand. This is how I know Marlo has no true friends on this cast, because a true friend knows how to tell you that you're wrong in a way where you don't feel like it's beef. And I feel like Sanya and Sheree don't have that with Marlo, so they just pacifying her and making her believe that her bullshit is okay. This episode really upset me. Let's get to the fun part at the end, because I said what I had to say about Marlo. She has no redemption for me. Because the whole time we seen it in the preview where she was like, I put them out. And I really wanted to know what these boys did. Because to me, the only way I would put out a foster child is if you're doing something in my home that is illegal and that will affect me criminally as well, like selling drugs, being in a gang, doing gang activity in front of my house, some shit like that I ain't got time to be bothered for. Okay, yeah, you gotta go. But for not washing your clothes, for your room being nasty, for taking back an iPad, a laptop, girl, do you know how many times our children would be sitting out on the street if those were reasons we could put them out? But let's move on. Let's move on from Marlo because obviously she does not know better. And I really could deep dive into Marlo, but I'm not going to. This ain't. At some point, me and Marlo are both 78s, I believe. So we're probably the same age, 43, 44. At some point, Marlo, you got to want to get help for yourself and not that fucking life coach. Life coaches can only tell you, go ahead and do this in your career. Go ahead and buy this house. Life coaches help you with your life. Marlo, you need therapy. You need therapy, somebody with a doctor in their name and a couch for you to sit on where you can really go work out your issues from your childhood trauma. Because at 44 years old, no one cares. If you don't care enough about yourself at 44 to get help with your childhood trauma, I ain't got time to be pacifying woo, woo, woo. I ain't got time for that either, girl. No, ma'am. And I can speak on that from experience because it was a point in my life that I was dealing with my own, not foster care or shit like that, but my own childhood stuff where one of my friends had to sit me down and be like, bitch, you need therapy. And it was around 29, 30 years old. And I really had to go sit down with somebody for a good year and work the shit out of myself because people don't have time to constantly woo, woo, woo you over the same shit if you ain't willing to help yourself. So save that what your mama did to you, Marlo. Angie don't give a fuck. I can't speak for everybody else. Some of y'all may still care to woo-woo people and they bullshit because y'all just like to woo-woo-woo people. But Angie don't give a fuck. At some point, you got to want to help yourself. Okay, off of Marlo. Let's get back over to Sheree's event. Now, mind you, it is another I'm trying to get over Tyrone event that I want to fast forward through, but all the ladies were there, so I said, let me watch it, And they all look good. And they little, what they call it, flesh tone pajamas, shades of nude. I love a good shade of nude. I got a good shade of nude shirt I might wear to work tomorrow. Very beautiful color palette. Very beautiful decorations in this house, Sheree. One thing I want to say to you, Sheree, why Candy Shade and Ralph talking about he like Tommy, he ain't got no job, and we don't know where he get his money from. We damn sure don't know where Sheree gets her money from. Because I can tell you one thing, Bob Whitfield's retirement, the little portion she gets from that, if she's getting it, is not paying for that chateau. And your man already been in jail for being a con artist. Sheree, they locking housewives up left and right. Every year somebody new. If whatever you're doing to make your money, I probably wouldn't be on this show flaunting it. Because trust, the feds be watching, the IRS be watching. They be cracking down on the housewives. That's a little bit of advice I got for you, Sheree. I don't know what you do. I don't know your business. And it ain't none of my business. But it seems to be that you do nothing. So whatever you're doing to keep up this chateau, I just wouldn't put it out there on TV. I wouldn't be talking about I got $40,000 chandeliers and spending $50,000 on furnishing just the living room. Like I probably wouldn't be telling that because the IRS might want to know where the fuck your tax return ain't show you made that to get no 40,000 chandelier, but just a little bit of advice from an accountant. That's all I'm gonna say. But let's move on. We get to the party, and it's a fun party. They having a good time. Sanya and Drew got into a little bit of a back and forth because Sanya said it seemed like they got a lot of free time on your hands. Well, Drew, it do seem like you got free time on your hands. I mean, you only do about one Lifetime movie a year, so what else you do? It don't take that long to film Lifetime, and they be some good Lifetime movies, no shade. But you do about one or two a year. What else you doing, girl? But anyway, moving on. I'm happy Sanya walked away from that because I'm just tired of Sanya and Drew's back and forth. At some point in life, you got to just tell people, let's just be cordial. Let's just say, hey, girl. We ain't even got to say, hey, girl. Just, hey, how you doing? And keep it moving. It's people in this world that we just don't like. My husband hates it because I do it all the time. He'll have friends and I'll be like, I just don't like them. And he'll be like, they ain't do nothing to you. I just don't vibe with their energy. I don't want to be around them. And you have to respect that. Just respect it. I don't want to be around you. That's it. We ain't got no beef. We ain't got to argue. We ain't got to fuss and fight. I just don't want to be around you. That's what Sanya and Drew need to do. Now, true enough, they technically work together, but it's 7 other housewives for them to talk to besides each other. Stop being fake on my TV screen. Moving on from them, Kenya comes in. Kenya having all the good drinks, and hey, I want to drink the free alcohol too. I'm sure all these ladies took an Uber, a Lyft, or a car service. I want all the free drinks too. Those drinks look quite tasty. The party looked very fun. There was a side moment where Marlo went to go cry on Candy's shoulder. I done already cussed Marlo out, so let's fast forward that. Let's get to the point where somebody thinks it's a good idea to go around the table and say something positive and all yell, yes, queen. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we do? You're in a room where you know everybody don't like each other. I don't typically take up for Drew, but in this situation, I do. Bitch, if I don't like you, I'm not shouting out in the circle. I love everybody. Bitch, I don't like you, can't stand you, definitely don't want to be around you. I'm going to say to the people that I like in here, I love you. Positive vibes. I'm going to say it the same way that Drew said it. And if you caught the shade, just say, well, fuck you too, Angie, and let's move on around, continue to go around the table. That's it. That's all that required. We didn't need Drew to start over again. Drew said what the fuck she said to the people I like, to the people I fuck with around the table. Positive vibes. And I respected that. And I would have been like, yes, queen, because that was real. What Marlo did was fake. Because as soon as Kenya said whatever she said, she in the back rolling all of her eyes. Kenya was twirling. She was drunk. There was another moment where Kenya said, y'all just tell me if my wig crooked. And here go Marlo. Kenya is drunk having a good time. She's not shading nobody. Well, I'm happy you could talk about wigs now. Before we couldn't even say you had a wig. And Kenya, this is that. Deja vu ain't the word. I don't know what the word is because y'all know I don't never go up for Kenya. But before this season, I really couldn't stand Kenya. I have completely changed the way I feel, probably because she's not messy and probably because she ain't got no storyline and ain't doing shit. But look, I couldn't just be nice. I couldn't just say I like Kenya, but I do like Kenya this season. And I agreed with Kenya. Kenya is the moment. I'm the moment. Go ahead and have your moment. I ain't even going to give you none. Go ahead and talk about my wig. Go ahead and talk about it. Get your moment. I loved how she broke the fourth wall and came straight to the camera and was like, I am the moment. I am the moment. I was like, yes, you are, girl. Yes, you are. and Marlo couldn't do anything after that. Like that completely shut Marlo down. And I was here for it. And that was pretty much the episode. I think Marlo said this shit boring. Let's go to the mountains next week. And that was it. Now I forgot to talk about the Fatma girl, Fatum. Is it Fatum? Fatum. And she found all these aliases for Drew and her husband. I don't believe none of that shit because I can't believe a grown woman at any point in time, TV show or not, has the energy to go run down somebody else's aliases just because they assistants. Miss me with the storyboard drama. Now, production done ran that list and gave that to that lady and told her to start shit, and that was it. Girl, you still ain't gonna get no peach. Neither will you, Lisa Wu. While you up big and bad, hey, you're waiting for your apology. You don't be waiting for people to give you no closure. Bitch, we done heard that before. Keep it to yourself. We know that. Wasn't nobody here looking for an apology. Drew just said, I don't fuck with these people, and I ain't got to change it. So pipe down, Lisa. You ain't getting a peach neither. And that was the show, y'all. I told y'all I wasn't going to keep y'all long. Let's see the comments. Sanya Too flip floppy for me. Drunk Kenya was everything. That's how I am at the party, a little bit. That's really how some of my friends. I ain't gonna call no names. That's really how some of my friends are at the party. They get drunk and get to be acting up, and I'm usually the one on the sidelines just laughing, taking the videos. But we have a good time. And yes, Sanya, I want to like Sanya so bad. I just every episode I give her a chance where I want to like her. And you did interrupt Lisa, even though I wanted Lisa to be interrupted. I was tired of her talking. But you did interrupt her, and Sanya, you have a problem with that. I was laughing so hard when Kenya ran up the stairs, and yeah, she was doing too much. Did she run up the wrong set of stairs, and that's why she had to come back down? I didn't understand what she was doing, but Kenya was a good time this episode. Hey, Confessions. Oh, you just stopped by to say, hey, girl. Well, girl, I'm getting ready to say bye to everybody because I got to go put some food in the oven, and Housewives didn't give enough to be on here all night. And when you got up all in the camera living her moment. Yes, I love that moment. Baby, when she hit the floor, I screamed. Yes. But that was acting. She was acting when she hit the floor. I forgot to talk about Sheree and her coochie cleansing with the incense. Get that out the way, then we done. I want to say this. I've had plenty of friends who've had bad breakups, divorce, their baby daddy left them with nothing. I've had so many friends that go through bad situations, and I've never once in my life cared about how their vagina was doing. Just in general, when me and my friends get together and have drinks and have a good time, our vaginas are usually never a part of the agenda. I don't understand the obsession with Atlanta. Even if by chance, I want to rejuvenate my coochie, I want to refresh it with some smoke from an incense, I want to steam it on a pot, whatever I want to do with it, I kind of want to do that in private. I don't need a friend to tag along, but that could just be Angie. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit of a prude. I don't know. But I don't have that much to say about the scene because that was a part of the fast forward. I knew that they were going to do it, but when they were actually doing it, it went a buzz. And then I stopped right when Drew was talking about the black magic. Drew is just ignorant when it comes to certain things, so you got to just give her a pass. She's one of those that can't see anything beyond the church. So as much sinning that's going on in her household, she still can't see nothing beyond the church. Let me move on. Let me get off of them. That's 23 minutes. That's 23 minutes. That's enough. Y'all, thank you for stopping by real quick. If you're on the rewatch, definitely put it in the comments about what you thought of this episode. I'm definitely done with Marlo. Like, don't give her another peach. Please don't bring her back. Please keep them children away from her. And I'm over Sheree. I don't even got to see Tyrone come on my screen whenever he gonna come up. Like, Tyrone, just stay in Philly. Because I don't understand how Tyrone couldn't go to New York without getting in trouble, but somehow he could bring his ass all the way to Atlanta. Moving on, that's it, y'all. I'm not going down no more rabbit holes for this show until I see something new to talk about. Go ahead and hit the like button. Share the video, please. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time with Kiss My Cheeks TV. I do all the reality shows and the competition reality shows. We have a good time over here. I'll see you later. I really don't have a live planned until Friday night. And you know Friday night is Ostella, where we have a good time and we talk about the challenge, Big Brother, all that kind of stuff. So I guess I'll see you Friday unless something pop off and I do a quick chit chat. But so Friday it is. Y'all have a good one. Bye.